Imer Milan and others versus National Labor Relations Commissions under General Rule Number 202961 on February 4, 2015. Petitioners, employees of Solid Mills, were allowed to occupy company property, SMI Village, under the condition they would vacate when requested. Following the company's closure due to financial losses, Solid Mills required petitioners to sign a quit claim to receive their benefits, which they refused. They filed complaints for non-payment of separation pay and other benefits, arguing that withholding was unjustified as their possession of the property was not an accountability. Whether Solid Mills could withhold terminal pay and benefits pending the return of its properties by the employees, or whether the National Labor Relations Commissions or NLRC and the Court of Appeals had jurisdiction over the property issues. The Supreme Court affirmed that Solid Mills was justified in withholding benefits due to the employees' failure to vacate the property, viewing the possession as an accountability. The NLRC had jurisdiction to address the case, and as the issues were intertwined with the employer or employee relationship. The withholding of benefits was deemed lawful under the agreed terms of less accountabilities and the memorandum of agreement between Solid Mills and the union representing the employees. Alan M. Mendoza versus Officers of Manila Water Employees Union under General Rule Number 201595 on January 25, 2016. Alan M. Mendoza, a member of the Manila Water Employees Union or MWEU, faced disciplinary actions for non-payment of increased union dues. After being suspended twice and ultimately expelled, Mendoza alleged that the union officers violated his rights by denying his appeals to the General Membership Assembly. He later joined another union, Water AFWC, and filed a complaint against MWEU officers for unfair labor practices, claiming unlawful discrimination and interference with his right to self-organization. Whether the actions of MWEU officers constituted unfair labor practices under the Labor Code, or whether the case involved intra-union disputes that fell outside the jurisdiction of the labor arbiter, or whether Mendoza was denied his right to appeal and self-organization. The Supreme Court partially granted Mendoza's petition, finding most MWEU officers guilty of unfair labor practices. The court ordered them to pay Mendoza $100,000 in moral damages, $50,000 in exemplary damages, and attorney's fees equivalent to 10% of the total award. The court emphasized that Mendoza's complaints involve unfair labor practices which are within the jurisdiction of the labor arbiter, contrary to the lower court's conclusions.